You on there?
Come down there soon. Yeah, man.
Do your time, taking them out, chain the hand and combat. Rebel without a cause is the reason I'm alive. Thank God for this truth. It's for a long time. It's a rebel without a cause. You cannot book us. We're already here. We're already beaten down. We've been beaten down for 400 years. We already got the wounds inside and outside our body. How you gonna hurt us? You cannot threaten us. You cannot frighten us. We live in the most frightening places, under the most frightening conditions. We are immune to fear. We are immune to harm. You see what I'm saying? You have stepped into a cesspool. You're the only one gonna get infected.
Oh, so is it?
Nah, that's the because that's the question.
Right, yes.
First breath I took in life was surreal. Second breath I took was the commitment and strike. Finish the kill. Influenced by money with every sickness we feel. I'm gonna pay back, fuck the dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure build. Gotta endure until I let this pump hustle at my focus in memory and every deal. I only live through my master's will. I.S.U.P.K, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. Gone straight, my leg greater. In my return, left them out mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't move, let's get through. Won't take a step till it get confirmed. All it takes was speed for high stakes. Much like a tank. One step will make the ground shake. My people sick in their head, Lord, let this truth spread like an outbreak. Bring hell and the rappers can't escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. No more payback for the scars in the slave memoirs. The Christ around, I can't let it slide. Ignore the lies, the only free will that's before your eyes. It's life or death, nigga, you decide. This heaven was made for me and my fellow. I'm patiently waiting with my eyes on the sparrow. And I pull the trigger while my lips kiss the barrel. Before I ever let a white bitch do me like a pillow. I went out this swinging life like Rebecca. By any means, this devil pulling strings like a pedal. Lay hold on this brotherhood. I swear I never let go. And fuck they silver spoon. Got too much love for the devil. Niggas gon' settle with me. I die for the cause. Just to hear the angels of blood. And I'm true on every word I say. Cause I know my victory on the way. Want it, nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I keep it going. I'm about to go hard, and I'm going. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be talking with the makers. Boys like me, it's hard, but I keep it going. I'm about to go hard, and I'm going. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be talking with the makers. Boy, I can't be touched. Can't do it in clutch. They hate but they can't doubt us. We princes settle down. What you know about us? Evil all around us. But a nigga straight, I told you I can't be touched. Only angels walk in my face. I'm grateful for the words that had me delivered. I'm hungry for the glory, but I ain't eating till I feed my niggas. One West, what I die for. Natalia out the book of numbers, this rifle from the Archangel Michael. Be my niggas grateful, can't deny it. It's 144. I've been running to and fro. When the I.S.U.P.K soldiers ain't no folding, no pretending. We live before the clowns, fuck friends, we want the million. In the election ascension, I hope I make it through. Give a damn what a bitch think. It's gonna be my niggas help them true. Respect your kind to get success. Make it do them. I understand, nigga. This life may be hard, but I keep it going. I'm about to go hard, and I'm going. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be talking with the makers. Boys like me, it's hard. So yeah, Shalom Israel. Shalom Yahweh Shem Shag Brakatah to my brothers and to my sisters. Shalom Yahweh Shemar Lathan Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Alright, I'm Priest and Officer Galawan, and this is the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna in Trinidad. Alright, since 1969, we have been teaching that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? So since 1969, we have been teaching that the Carib and the Arawaks, you understand? You all are part of the tribe of Israel. You are the Gadites in the Bible. You understand? The tribe of Asha, you are the Venezuelans. You understand? The Venezuelans and them, you are the tribe of Asha in the Bible. You understand? We here, Benjamites, the Judites, all of us, we are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? The East Indians, they have nothing to do with us. The Chinese, the white man, the Africans, they have nothing to do with us. You understand? If you don't come from this bloodline, blacks, Hispanics, or Native Indians, he is not an Israelite and they can't be saved. You understand? They're going to be our slaves in the kingdom of heaven to come. Right? So said the Bible. Slavery is prophesied in the Bible. And we, the people who is the Israelites, is going to be slave masters. And you, the heathens, is going to be our slaves. You understand? So today just going to bring out our war going on with Venezuela. Right? After we bring out our war going on with Venezuela, we're going to talk about the prodigal son. Once we have time, we're going to talk about the prodigal son. Alright, but first, I sent some articles in the group chat. Let me see. Really want with the UK first, yeah, that one with the UK. they won't know with the UK how they deny them food. Just I wonder. I send that in the group chat. I ain't send that in the group chat. I don't send that in. Yeah, super good. Right? I'm like the UK denying Venezuelans. Right, so according to the Bible, the people of Venezuela, they are part of the tribe. They are the tribe of Asher. Right, just a history. What Donald Trump is doing to Venezuela right now, he's running them to the ground and making people believe that is the President Maduro, Nicolas Maduro, is what have Venezuela in the condition that it is in today right now. You understand? Venezuela right now, that them going through hell. Them Venezuelans and them going through hell right now. And it is because of the sanctions that America is putting on Venezuela. You understand? You can't blame Nicolas Maduro. You can't blame him at all. The sanctions of what America is putting on Venezuela is what have Venezuela in the condition that it is in right now. You understand? So we just going to a backdrop, you know, where are we the article?
Venezuela accuses UK of denying Venezuelans food, healthcare by blocking gold deposits.
Right, so now this is a 2019 article here. Right, let's go and read a 2019 article, then we go bring it up to date. But this is in May the 7th, 2019. This is a year ago. Right, so yeah, go ahead.
Britain is denying millions of Venezuelans food, healthcare by blocking access to the South American country's gold deposits at the Bank of England, says Venezuelan Foreign Minister.
Right, so what's going on here now? Britain is denying the Venezuelans and them food. So Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, right, has deposited money in the British bank, right? So when he gone back now, because the sanctions that America put on Venezuela, he needs money to feed his people. So he's going back to the bank now where he put his money in the bank. And the Queen and them, or the British and them, say, nah, you can't get back this money. That your own money, what you put in this bank here, we can't get it back. You understand? So he went to go back and get back his money to supply food for the people in Venezuela. And imagine them telling him they can't do that. You were right, but when you go down a little bit further, you get to understand is the sanctions that America put on Venezuela. One of these sanctions is what America is telling other countries. If all don't listen to what we say, or if all are helping Venezuela in whatever way, we will put sanctions on it. You understand? So this is what going on here right now. This is since last year. You understand? Imagine he can't get back his own money. You understand? The UK denying him of his money to help the people in Venezuela. Alright, so go ahead.
Speaking during a visit to Moscow, the Russian capital, Araza said Monday that the Bank of England had confiscated over 1.5 billion in Venezuelan overseas gold deposits and refused to return it, even though the Latin American country was grappling with food shortages and deteriorating healthcare services.
Right, go and read the next article right below that next one where it says the Venezuelan FM. That one.
The Venezuelan FM said the Bank of England was only one of the European and international financial institutions that had confiscated a total of 5 billion euros in Venezuelan deposits upon an order by U.S. President Donald Trump.
Right, so the same by the U.S. President Donald Trump. You understand? He tell him to seize it. You understand? So
Donald Trump is telling them, do not give back this man his own money so he could help his people in Venezuela. You understand? So that is why in UPK we always say that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks about.
Right.
You understand? Now again, a devil is just a deceiver, a slanderer. You understand? Yes, plenty people have deceived people, but who is the deceiver on the face of the earth? Who deceives countries? You understand? Them Arabs and them just had to be cutting out open people necks. You understand? That's to make people get frightened and say, alright, they go abide by whatever rules and conditions. But the white man don't have to do that because he's the deceiver on the face of the earth. He just had to put on a suit and a tie, a jacket, suit and a tie, come in the country, and in a week time his country is yours. You understand? He's the deceiver on the face of the earth. You understand? He is he is the mark of the beast, the so-called white man. He is the mark of the beast. And Caesar Borgia is the image of the mark of the beast. All started all in Rome. Then America got it. You understand? He is the mark of the beast, the so-called white man. That is the mark of the beast. And what he's doing there proves that the scripture, what the scriptures and them saying is right. But give me the scripture in Genesis 49. I'm going to talk about Venezuela. Yeah, with the tribe of Ashana, yeah. It's one in Genesis 49 and one in Deuteronomy 33. Well, I can fully one where they talk about he's the. Let's see if I find it. Where it says he's the let me hear the one. I'll look for a specific one first relating to the money now.
That'll be the one in 33.
Yeah, let me hear.
This one is 49 and 20. Out of Asher, the book of Deuteronomy, Genesis chapter 49 and 20. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties.
Right, and he shall yield royal dainties. You understand that? That is what is going on here right now. Venezuela is on our gold mine. Right? Venezuela royal dainties. That's what the scriptures say. He shall yield royal dainties. Venezuela is full of oil, gas, gold, diamonds. That is what Venezuela have. You understand? He shall yield royal dainties. Rich with natural resources. That is what Venezuela have, and that is why America wants to control Venezuela, so they could get the royal dainties that Venezuela has right now. You understand? Venezuela is rich. You understand? America knows that, so they want to control it. You understand? That is what's going on with America right now. Right now, what America doing? It's not there's like the world police. They mobilize people through the military. That is what America does. They mobilize countries through the military because they know that their military is strong and mighty. That what again that going into the mark of the beast. Who can make war with him? When other countries seeing the white man with his jets flying and dropping bombs to bomb up this country, bomb up that country. People are saying who can make war with him. That is going into part of the mark of the beast. You understand? So yes, the white man is the mark of the beast. Right? Because he has his military, and what he's doing, he's mobilizing people with his military. You understand? He going into people's country and trying to do certain things and saying it right. You understand? He could bomb up people and say what he doing right. You understand? That is the mark of the beast.
Right.
You understand? The white man, he is the mark of the beast. You understand? That's why we say people do not worship Christianity. Because Christianity is worshiping the mark of the beast. You understand? So yeah, read the next article. I believe I had sent it. I don't know if I had sent the article. The one with let's see. Yeah, it's in the group chat. The one on top, U.S. Admiral Craig Fowler. Alright. Yeah, well, open the article and read it. Open here.
U.S. Admiral, we are not militarizing the Caribbean. The United States say it is not militarizing the Caribbean, but will remain transparent in all of its operation as it mounts a united effort to dismantle the translation narcotics trade. Speaking in a telephonic press conference from the United States yesterday, Commander Admiral Craig Fowler spoke about the U.S. enhanced counter-narcotics operations led by U.S. Southern Commander, which has executed several major drug busts in the Caribbean basin.
Right, so this wasn't this article was this year, of course, this year in April. It was this year in April, right? And so that was when last month. Right, so the US Admiral, so he's the head of the Navy, or the chief of the Navy, right? They say they're bringing in the ships into the Caribbean to help stop the narcotics trade, right? But as we go along, we'll see that he's mostly talking about Venezuela. He's talking about the drug trade, but it's only Venezuela he's speaking about. Right, so yeah, go ahead.
Defending the expanded military presence of the coast of Venezuela, Commander Admiral Craig Fowler called on democratic countries to engage in sharing intelligence, saying this was the only way to stop cartels from creating instability in the region.
Right, so he telling people now, give them the intelligence of where these narcotics or drugs coming from. Right, so again, of course, he didn't call no other country or whatnot, but he's specifically speaking about Venezuela. You understand? He's saying the ships in coming to the Caribbean for President Maduro. You understand? But then again, he's only talking about Nicolas Maduro. So go ahead.
He accused Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro of benefiting from legal drug trade, which has killed 70,000 people annually in the United States.
All right, so you say President Maduro is doing the drug trade, which kills 70,000 people annually in the United States, right? So go ahead.
The translation criminal organization dealt in drugs, weapons, trafficking, and illicit people. It's $90 billion per year illicit organization, and they seek to undermine these democratic and partner institutions for their own benefit, Fowler said.
Go ahead.
He added, Maduro and his cronies have been profiting enormously from illicit trade, we have seen a 50% increase in drug trafficking in and out of Venezuela in recent years. That makes the narco traffickers who work in and out of Venezuela a target.
Right. Read from the next paragraph. This operation
is not geared at Maduro, but disabling effects of translation, criminal organization, other parts of the vicious circle that affect stability in the Western Hemisphere is external state actors, blind actors like Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Iran, and others.
Right. So again, he's not he's saying it's not geared at Maduro, but he's talking about what Maduro do, how much people he allegedly killed. You understand? Because again, them is white people, so I don't really trust what they say. Everything is just alleged. You understand? Yes, it have an article here, but everything is just alleged. You understand? So they say they're bringing in the drug trade, to, the ships, the warships into the Caribbean to stop the drug trade, right? And then of course he's saying how much killings Maduro do and how much drug trade he accounted. You understand? So the ships is really aimed at Maduro. It's not really for nobody in the Caribbean. It's really aimed at Maduro. Of course, they might try to make it look normal and maybe stop at one or two little ships in the Caribbean, but it's really aimed at Maduro, right? For all the alleged things that they're saying about him here. Alright, so somebody else read I ain't seen an article this. Deuteronomy 33, and somebody else read the article here. Let's see if I have it here. Alright. Yeah, go ahead with the Deuteronomy.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 24. And Asher, he said, let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil.
Right? Let him be blessed with children. Right? Let his foot be dipped in oil. Right now, one of the sanctions, right? I ain't get that article, but one of the sanctions that America put on Venezuela is the oil, right, or the gas, right? They stop companies from sending shipment of gasoline to Venezuela. They have diesel, not gasoline, and Venezuela, they say, does use gasoline for transport, for movement. The diesel is mostly for like generators and something else. I can't recall, but it's for like generators and something else. The diesel. But the gasoline is for transport. So how Venezuela don't have the transport now, they're saying it's hard for doctors to reach the work to take care of the COVID patient. But they are not transport. You understand? And they're saying people who selling gasoline in the black market, it's so high. It don't make sense at times to really go and buy this gasoline in the black market. Okay, it's so high. You understand? So yes, by the time you could read the article, I just send in the group chat. With the yeah. The last one with the one I know send there. The last one. With the crops, Venezuela's crops rot in the fields.
Hungry Venezuelan crops rot in fields for lack of fuel. La Rita, Venezuela, routers with millions of people hungry in Venezuela. Acute fuel shortages are forcing farmers to let crops rot in fields or feed them to livestock, since they cannot transport food to market during the coronavirus quarantine.
Alright, so this was a last month article here. Right, this article was in last month. Right, some Venezuelans and them had to let the crops, like cabbage and whatnot, let it rot in fields. Somebody had to give it to the neighbor, give it to some church or wherever to get to the poor, because they don't have no transport to carry to the market and sell. Right, because again, one of the sanctions that America put on Venezuela, gasoline. They don't want nobody sell them gasoline. You understand? So things real hard. Go ahead, buy things real hard in Venezuela right now. You understand?
The farmer piles.
Yeah, read the article, the one below.
Irrigation systems are held in the Western and Dean Highlands, and laborers cannot get to fields for harvest. The fuel shortages have worsened in recent weeks as Washington has tightened sanctions on the socialist government of President Nicolas Maduro.
Right, so again, America, right, the Donald Trump, America has put sanctions on the tribe of I.S.U.P.K, right? They have put sanctions on them. One, they can't give the President Nicolas Maduro can't give back his own money that he have in the bank in England. He can't get it back. Right? The next sanction, nobody's sending gasoline to them. So they have no means of transportation. You understand? There are no means of transportation right now. You understand? So a part of that, how there are no transportation, crops rotting. You understand? Crops rotting, so the farmers and them complaining about it. Because they had to give it away. They might have to sell it next to nothing. So things hard in Venezuela right now is a crisis. So you go ahead, Barrett.
Even before the coronavirus crisis, some 9 million Venezuelans already were suffering from malnutrition, according to the UN World Food Program. And the latest developments may make it increasingly difficult to keep the country in quarantine. I give the latest.
Read the article below that one here. That was just somebody was talking about what she experiencing on the farm. Right?
The 500 trucks that typically leave Lagrit each week are now halted by quarantine and fuel shortages, leaving nearly 5,000 tons of food per week stored in the highlands, said Robert Maldonado, who represents the region farmers. The land around Lagrit, a city of some 100,000 inhabitants near the border with Colombia, has for decades been a center of Venezuela's fresh vegetable production.
Right, so they have to leave like 5,000 tons of food per week stranded in the highlands. Because why? They can't fuel shortages and the quarantine situation what going on now in Venezuela. So on top of the sanctions what going on in Venezuela, they had to deal with the COVID-19 crisis. You understand? And the Americans and them know that, Donald Trump and them know that. and still he paying sanctions on Venezuela because he want to control the royal dainties that Venezuela have. He want to control that oil that Venezuela have. Because the Bible says the tribe of I.S.U.P.K, which is Venezuela, have oil, they have gold, they're rich. You understand? So America wants to control it. So of course you're going to put sanctions on them. Alright, so yeah, go ahead, Barrett.
Some growers simply leave crops in fields. Others sell goods at discount to neighbors or donate them to churches that provide food for the poor, who have long struggled to feed themselves due to years of inflation. There are no official figures on how much food is being lost. The information ministry
we'd say vulnerable to coronavirus in black people see there. We from you.
The United Nations has described Venezuela as one of the world's most vulnerable nations to the disease due to its deteriorated health system and lack of running water and soap to maintain basic hygiene.
Right, so they imagine that they have lack of water and soap, and Trump still putting sanctions on them. So you can imagine the hell that the tribe of I.S.U.P.K is going through in Venezuela right now. Or because why America wants to control, using the military to mobilize people and threatening other countries. If all I help them, all they go get sanctions too. You understand? Using the military to mobilize people. You understand? So I'm here. Go ahead, Barrett.
The OPEC countries, the crypt refineries are in near collapse, and the U.S. State Department has pressured companies not to sell gasoline to Venezuela, according to sources, creating long lines at service stations around the country.
Go ahead.
Maduro blames the fuel shortages and the economic problem on U.S. sanctions.
Right, so that is what going on right now in Venezuela. Venezuela is in a crisis right now. And right now Venezuela they need help. Right? Venezuela need help right now because what is taking place right now. You understand? And they're sending the military. They're sending the military in, and they're doing all sorts of things. Just force Nicolas Maduro to say what well, all right. I drop my hand. Let the opposition take over now, because of course the opposition in Venezuela supporting America, right? But President Maduro, he's not with America. He supported them, right? So because again going into the mark of the beast, you understand? All that is going into the mark of the beast. That is why I thought all that war going on in the Middle East, because right now them in the Middle East don't want to support what America doing. They don't want to bring in their democracy, their philosophy. So that's why I thought all that war going on right now in the Middle East. But they didn't want to accept that mark of the beast. Same to President Maduro, he don't want to accept the mark of the beast. So that is why that going on right now there in Venezuela, the tribe of I.S.U.P.K. You understand? So somebody read that novel? Yeah. Yeah, the one with the US probes, Trinidad and Tobago, Fuel shipping last week. Oh, hey. This one. Another one. Once an article they know. Shall you read this article now? I'm sure. I'm going to send this now in the group chat. What happened? Come on, you go open up the link and read what. Oh, good. Right, so again, of course, with all this, I want to say it, boy, with all that hell, right, that Venezuela is going through, the America is saying anybody who helps Venezuela, they are now going to get sanctioned. Right now, in Trinidad, now we have a kind of political, how to say it, politics. That is the best way to describe it. Right? Politics. Right? What is going on here in Trinidad is a nasty politics with the opposition here in Trinidad. Right? The UNC government. Right? They write into the US ambassador, I believe it was, the US ambassador saying how the government in Trinidad and Tobago is sending fuel to help Venezuela. Right? Now, of course, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, he's denying it. He's saying that it's not true. Right? The opposition saying, yes, it is true. Right? The Prime Minister is denying it. Right? But even if it was true, right? Again, that just goes to show how those East Indians and them and the Chinese, the white man, the Africans, none of them don't like black people. They don't like the nation of Israel. They don't like the Venezuela, because the Venezuelans is part of the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? So you could see it plain and bold-facedly here now. You understand? We have a Benjamite, right? He say he's not helping them, but we just say if it's true, the allegations is true, right? Because he denying it, right? If the allegations is true and he helping them out, you understand? That is brotherhood. You understand? Right. He not to tell the white man nothing. That is brotherhood. But the East Indians who don't like black people, the East Indians and them who don't like the Hispanics, you understand? Them East Indians and them who don't like the Carib and the Arawaks, they will find some way to always bring them down to the ground. The East Indians and them will always find some way to bring black people down to the ground. You understand? Even if it is at the cost of their own country. You understand? So they write into the US ambassador saying the Prime Minister in this country is selling gas to Venezuela. You understand? So the US now investigating and saying if the claims are true, they go have to put sanctions in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Now the sanctions in Trinidad and Tobago, probably it might not affect the East Indians and them because they're rich. Apparently. Because if they was poor and you know broken down, they would not even write the US ambassador that, because they know once these sanctions hit this country, is all of them going to get affected. Every single person is going to get affected. You understand? But they don't care because why? They have money. You understand? Or probably even if they didn't even have money. Let me say they was poor. Just because it's black people, they don't care if them are not suffer. They just want to see black people suffering. You want to see the Native Indians, the Hispanics suffer. Because why? They have a nasty mind. You understand? That is what they always do since back in the days, in the Bible, ancient times. But they always plotted against us. How we could make these children of Israel suffer. What we could do to make these children suffer. Yeah, Barrett, go ahead.
And even in the local society, like on different jobs in the industrial area that you might go and work in, the white man always use the Elamites on them to snitch on the children of Israel.
Yeah.
Always use them as snitches.
Yeah, that's what he'll do, because you know That's just how it is. When them East Indians and them came over here in 1845, you understand? They didn't say, all right, Mr. White Man, what to do was wrong. Let me go and help them. You understand? They didn't do that. They say, okay, Mr. White Man, I would help you afflict the torment on Israel even more. Yes, say there's Africans, fool them and trick them and say there's Africans. You understand? And make them go down in the gutter more. Once they say there's Africans, they go want to worship Horus and Cyrus. And their Lord will punish them even more. Because they know that we are the children of Israel. I believe that it's a scripture in the Bible where they say, if they obey God, their God will be with them. So we have to make them sin so that their God won't be with them. You understand? That is a scripture in the Bible. You understand? So shall you have it there? Yeah, open it up and read it. Where you see it.
Kamala Prasad Bisesa. TNT faces U.S. sanctions. Growing dangerously alliance with Venezuela can now destroy our economy. Good morning, everyone. It is with serious alarm that I note a report in today's Trinidad Guardian about the United States probing our country over Trinidad and Tobago fuel shipment linked to Venezuela. If true, our country's very economy survival is at stake. This is since as our long-standing and greatest global ally, and such rift could gravely damage our very beneficial trade, national security, and foreign relations with the United States.
Right, so again, Kamala, she's just talking here with that, you know, she's saying that Rowley sent shipments to Venezuela and that could destroy our economy, right, with the trades with America. Right, so go ahead.
Since January 2019, Venezuela government under President Nicolas Maduro has been deemed illegal, brutal, and corrupt by the U.S. The U.S. and 50 other countries have instead recognized Venezuela opposition leader Juan Guaido as the country's legitimate president. Further, the United States have imposed sweeping sanctions on Venezuela oil industry, and the last month charged Maduro and other senior government officials with narco terrorism.
Right, so again, the US has said that the Maduro is deemed illegal, brutal, and corrupt. The American president or America has deemed it that, right? He's illegal, brutal, and corrupt, right? So probably it's only for America because you ain't any other country saying that, right? Again, America just want to control. They're using their military to mobilize other countries and take over, right? That is what they're doing. So they're saying they're sending the warships to the Caribbean to stop the drug trade. But again, you only hearing talks about President Nicolas Maduro. Alright, so go ahead.
Under Maduro, Venezuela has essentially collapsed into a failed state and is in the throes of very serious humanitarian and food crisis. This has caused thousands of Venezuelan refugees to flock to our shores since last year. The Rowley government, however, has openly supported Maduro globally, and they announced regime.
Yes, it's regime. So again, you know, Rowley has openly supported Maduro, right? That is not everybody had see that. Rowley say he's not whatever going on between Venezuela and America. You understand? He say he not no part there, right? Whatever going on with Venezuela and America. Right? So of course they're saying here Venezuela has essentially collapsed into a failed state. Yes, they have collapsed into a failed state, but that is because of the sanctions that America has put on Venezuela. Again, if Nicolas Maduro was getting his money in the bank in England, Venezuela would not have collapsed into that failed state. Right? If President Nicolas Maduro did not get those sanctions that America put on Venezuela, Venezuela would not run into that failed state. So again, you have to blame America for the failed state that Venezuela is in per the sanctions. Go ahead.
In January 2019, Rowley even got into a very public row with the U.S. ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago, Joseph Mondelo, when he said Rowley continued to recognize of Maduro regime was deeply concerned. Now the alleged illegitimate action of Rowley regime in their ongoing questionable and dangerous support of Maduro could cause the U.S. to impose forcefully and detrimental sanctions for Trinidad and Tobago.
Go ahead. Just in regard, yeah, go ahead, Swap.
So that yes, and just as they're bringing all this now again, based on again our oppressors and these East Indians, and then just as we was reading before, with the 5,000 ton of food,
right?
And showing that how we know that these other nations, in England, or withholding the money or the wealth that belongs to our brothers and sisters, it shows you that based on this now, with all the food crisis and all these things, that the country will always be in a stable place, because it's showing you now where the country producing food, and it's showing you now whereby by all these things taking place and all these allegations now and all that surrounding it, having the world feeling that Venezuela, just drawing reference, is like they was always in a dilapidated state, when in truth and in fact it's just lies upon lies, and all the oppressors, just as they say, they continue to bring these lies upon the children of Israel, even our brothers and sisters, the Ashrafites.
Yes, that's true. You understand? If again Donald Trump had put those sanctions on Venezuela, it would not be in that state it's in right now. You know, so imagine farmers who have transport to drive their crops to sell it. You understand? Some of them had to stay there, get stayed and rot. You might have to sell it next to nothing, or just give it to some church and hopefully, hoping that the church pastor give it to the poor. You understand? So yeah, word Shah is
this is in regard to a controversial shipment of gas fuel from the state Paria Fuel Trading Company, which left Trinidad and Tobago shores on April 21st, 2020 for Aruba. Global reports have indicated that this fuel shipment may have eventually been sent to Venezuela. According to the Guardian report, both the U.S. Embassy Public Affairs Section and a State Department representative have confirmed that the U.S. government
the U.S. government
is aware of these damaging reports, has warned other nations against assisting the embattled Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his regime.
Right. So America warned them, do not help out President Nicolas Maduro, do not help out the tribe of Asher in the Bible, do not help them out at all. Go ahead.
Has served notice to the foreign institution that they will face sanctions for being involved in facilitating illegitimate transactions that benefit Nicolas Maduro and his corrupt network.
Right. Read on where it says, nor does the U.S. care about.
Nor does the U.S. care about whether these transactions are otherwise legal under another country's laws. It is now proving TNT possible violations of the sanctions that the U.S. have imposed against Venezuela. Note that if TNT is found to have assisted Venezuela in getting fuel, it it could open our country up to U.S. sanctions.
Right, so it could open up our country to U.S. sanctions if it is true. Again, the Prime Minister is denying the claims. Right, he's denying the claims. So that is about it so far. And the opposition done write the U.S. ambassador a letter. Hopefully, he turns a blind eye to it, or something happens. You understand? He just end up walking and he forget to investigate it. You understand? Something happened so bad, he just forget to investigate it. You understand? And yes, there were that let bygones be bygones, man. So read on by we're saying several newspaper reports.
Several newspaper reports 2019 have reported my public condemnation of Browley for his dangerous stance against the U.S. Have also consistently warned that any fallout with the U.S. and results sanctions can seriously damage TNT in the following ways.
Right, so of course the papers making it look so bad, right? The papers making it look bad, right? That is the media. Right, that is the media making it look so bad, like if Rowley and the US was arguing and fighting or whatever. Right? But of course that didn't happen as what the media say it is. Right? You can have a difference in opinion, but arguing is something totally different. Right? So yeah, go ahead and read it. Sure.
There are more than 200,000 Trinidad and Tobago citizens who hold United States visas, which can be seriously impacted.
Yeah. Where is it?
There are more than 200,000.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are more than 200,000 Trinidad and Tobago citizens who hold United States visas, which can be seriously impacted. This will gravely affect their ability to visit the U.S. for studying tourism, cultural, and trade-related activities.
Go ahead.
The U.S. has a large TNT diaspora who can similarly be affected negatively by being unable to move freely between the countries.
Right, so again, this is the article here you could find, So again, the opposition apparently they want all of these things to happen here. They want people visas to get taken away. They want people who is in the US can go into the US and study. They want all these sorts of things to happen, right? Just because they write the US ambassador a letter saying that the Prime Minister in this country is helping Venezuela. When America has said anybody who help Venezuela, they will put sanctions on their country. You understand? So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the add on we're saying again this. As it says, more than 200. So it going in just as again what is going into. It's showing that they now only more or less seeking their interests in this whole matter, because if it have an impact on them, this 200,000 people now, it will have an impact on them now, meaning to say, hey, because this happening, all they're praying like something over we head, so it come like with a target, just like how the Venezuelan them is a target, we will become a target. So because now this happening, we can't run under the oppressor, we can't run under the white man. So it's packing on me. So because this all they do this now, and again, these East Indians and them, they only thinking about themselves, and by thinking about themselves, it's showing that how they don't really care nothing about our people, our people in this country. Because why? All that taking place right now is they seeking their own interest. So they figure that out, well, we go send a letter, and it will still seek the interest. And just as I was bringing out that that they be rich, and just drawing reference in some high seat. So because they in this position, the ones who now seeking the little visa or to seeking little employment now, it will have an impact on them. So why? So again, that is our people. We always remain to the bottom of this society in this country.
Yeah, that is what's going on. Yeah, Barra, go ahead.
So, okay, so that's the other one. What you see in the show here, the mindset of the heathen. They don't care if they already see the pressure that the country going through right now,
Right.
with the coronavirus and the different lockdown procedures that happen on business and things like that. And on top of that, they don't care if the whole place burn down to nothing. You understand? Long as they're ruling. So it's showing the mindset of the heathen.
Right, yeah, that is true. Yeah, so again, it reminds me of when the East Indians and them came here. Over the fatal ras, like the history that was bringing up, there was going through a crisis in India, not poverty, but there was good in making cotton, right? But they was doing it by hand. I believe it was the Americans or the British come, right? White people came and they bring them machines and started producing more cottons than them. So the money that they wasn't making that amount of money. So the white man told them to go to Trinidad, and I believe it's Guyana. I believe it's Trinidad and Guyana, right? But they tell them to go to Trinidad and you'll get X amount of dollars. You'll get more money what they're working for here in India. Plus you'll get I believe it was 10 acres of land that was given them each. Right? There was wealthy, they also open up an institution to develop their thinking. You understand? So they come here duns. But the white man educate them and they started thinking now, they started saying, right, you understand? That is why you will see they more in high places. You understand? East Indians. So when that way they will want to put themselves in high places so they can help them people too. You understand? Because how the white man had them thinking. You understand? He was really there for them, not for us. So again, only Israel going through suffering. Only Israel going through hell. No other race on the face of the earth you could say going through hell. No other race you could say going through hell. Yes, sir.
There are people like let's say this, but the other spoon feed them now. So even if we do support the politics and thing, right? When they check some of we black politicians and them and how they go read and talk and thing, right? They go and more or less see them with that paper, right? And they go still see them making mistake with that paper. And when we people get there, go straight forward, let's continue talking and at a high level, you always see them making mistakes right too. So even with them high places, there's a lot of foolishness to them still. And all that.
Yeah. A lot of foolishness. You know, so, and as I always say, you know, the East Indians so powerful. They could do things in front of your face and they could get away with it. Look how much of crime the UNC had did when they was in power, and up to now nobody can put them in prison. They're powerful. You understand? Imagine the police actually admit and say yes, they find weed in Kamala premises, and they can't lock you up. Because why? They're saying when you're in office, when you're the prime minister of the country, your residents come like the public residents. So at that time, different people used to come and she land. You understand? So if it was in she house, they might have charged you with house and she land. It could be anybody. You understand? That is what they say. You understand? Now of course if it was somebody from John or you understand, Silas Library, they say nah, he's a black man, lock up he and everybody who was on the compound. He and everybody. Okay? Again, them East Indians and them, I know they're powerful, but our leaders weak. Again, that's what the Bible say. You understand? Our gates languish. Our leaders who here to protect black people, they're weak. Our gates have languish. That's what's going on right now. Here in Israel throughout, Trinidad, Jamaica, you understand? Our black leaders all over, they're weak. They can't protect us. You understand? So you go ahead, sure.
like I said, they say when did it rule? When did it get the substance, right? The thing that at first they say it was something resembling marijuana.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And after some years pass now,
Mm-hmm.
then they come and say it's marijuana.
Right, marijuana. And then make up an excuse now why they can't lock she up still. You understand? Because she's like saying they're powerful. If it was Israel, they lock him up. They lock up he and everybody was on our compound. You understand? So we again, no other race on the face side here does go through hell. Right? We is the only race that does go through hell, and for all the Christians out there and Muslims out there, hell is not a place underground with fire that's burning you. Right? If hell was a place underground with fire that's burning, then why so much of black people just commit suicide? You understand? Because they would let me say hell is a place underground with fire that's burning. Plenty of black people just commit suicide because they rather go underground with fire that's burning than to live into this condition up here where we suffering and in poverty, black on black crime, sickness, diseases. This here is hell. The Bible said that hell is a condition on earth. And only black people, only the nation of Israel. When I say black, I mean Israelites, not Africans. You understand? Not them Arabs. When I say black people, I mean the native Indians, the Hispanic, the people that came off the slave ships. We black. We going through hell. We going through a condition that no other race could ever imagine they're going through. This COVID-19 is just a little taste. You understand? Maybe just a 1%. You understand? Something of what we just go through. You understand? But no other race ain't going through what black people just go through. You understand? They still enjoying life. You understand? Imagine them fighting to open back up the doors right now. So them white people and them in the States putting out their guns. You understand? Because they never experienced this. They're saying that they're comparing that to what slavery, I believe somebody was saying. They're comparing the lockdown to slavery. Yeah. Them can't compare that to slavery if they know what slavery was. You understand? I mean, they know what it was, but they never actually been through it. You understand? They never actually been through the conditions what we've been through in slavery. You understand? And they say slavery was so much years ago, so forget about it and move on. You can't say that because I believe America is still paying reparations. What Hitler did to them over there in Germany, to the so-called Jews and them white people and them. You understand? Then we forget about the Holocaust, what Hitler did. Then you forget September 11th with the World Trade Center. But they're telling us to move on. You understand? But we can't move on because when slavery was abolished, we never get no, we never get no psychological treatment for slavery. You understand? We had it to be our own doctors for slavery. You understand? And we don't know nothing about doctoring. So imagine we had to be our own doctor and we don't know nothing about doctoring. You understand? So we have it bad. We're in a bad state right now because of slavery. So they can't compare that lockdown to slavery. Slavery was more than just a lockdown. You understand? Slavery was more than that. Nobody beating them with a whip or chopping off their foot. Or telling them forget your founding fathers of America. You understand? So they have it nice. Them in heaven. Again, heaven is a condition on earth. Them white people in heaven. And we, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we in hell. And the tribe of Asha, they in hell right now. For the things that what Donald Trump doing to President Maduro, putting sanctions on Venezuela. They're going through hell. You understand? So let's see. Then we get the prodigal son. We're going to the prodigal son now. We have some time for that. Right. I don't know what scripture it is, right? The prodigal son.
That's supposed to be Luke 15.
Yeah, Luke 15 and 11. Mm-hmm. I don't know, get right? Luke 15 11, right?
So that gives you somebody read.
Yeah, anybody, yeah. Who?
The book of Luke, chapter 15, from what was it?
11.
The book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 11. And he said, a certain man had 2 sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me.
Right? Anybody know what the prodigal son is about? Anybody know what it is about? Anybody know what the prodigal son is about? Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah.
You are talking about the other son of the kingdom of Judah, the son of the kingdom, the first of the kingdom, the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the younger son is the northern kingdom. And then across this side of the world of Nazareth, the northern kingdom, the 9.5 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish tribes.
Right.
So the younger son, leave off culture, customs, the ways of our people itself, guide everyone across the side of the world, and then come everything back when they come into the
Right. Yeah, that's about it, So the son, one son going off, he going astray. He realize what he do, catch himself, he realize what he do. Nah, this some wrong. He come back, and his father accept it. Right? That's what the prodigal son is about. Again, just like what the general was bringing out in the cross line radio. Right? Where the Lord, he does know that you're going and sin before you sin. Just like how every father does know his children. You understand? So he will let you go and learn the hard way that he will make you want to come back. You want to come back, you'll say, yeah, but what you're saying is true, boy. Learn the hard way. You understand? Then come back. You understand? So alright, so let me okay, so alright, give me somebody give me you have to understand when the kingdom had split. 1 Kings chapter 11 from verse 1. You see, 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 1. Yeah, good.
Book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1. But Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of Moab, of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonites, and Hittites.
Alright, so King Solomon, he loved many strange women. You understand? He loved many strange women. Of course, there's a law in the Bible where the Lord said, hey, it's not sin to have more than one wife, but what will make it a sin now is having these strange wives. You understand? Or women who is not Israelites. Because why? Eventually, you go worship them God and not worship me, the Lord, the Most High. You won't worship the Most High, you go worship these strange gods. You understand? So King Solomon, he loved many strange women. He loved Africans, white people, Chinese, right? He loved all of them. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Right, so of course the precept for this is in Deuteronomy 7 and 3, I believe. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 3. Right, so yeah, go ahead.
And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
Right? So he had a 7 and 3, he had 1,000 wives. Right? And his wives turned away his heart. Good.
For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Most High his power, and was the heart of as was the heart of David his father.
Well, so again, his heart was not perfect with the Lord again. His heart was not like David his father. Right? So again, this is not Christianity. Yes, David had a heart just like his father, but it didn't mean, how Christians just think, some lovey-dovey thing. David killed many people. But his heart, the Lord had loved David's heart. But King Solomon, because of these strange wives, his heart was not like how his father's David heart was. You understand? Good.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites.
Go ahead.
And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High, and went not fully after the Most High, as did David his father.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
Right? So he built those high places for all those abominations, right? All those abominations of all those heathens and them Chinese, all those heathens and them Moab, Ammon. He built those high places for them, right? Go ahead.
And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burned incense and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Most High was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Most High power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not which the Most High commanded.
Good.
Verse 11. Wherefore the Most High said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant.
Right.
Notwithstanding, in thy days I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son.
Alright, so again, that is where the kingdom has split. Go ahead, verse 13.
Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son, for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
Right. Anybody could understand that? Verse 13. I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son, for David my servant's sake. Right. Right, so remember he's talking to Judah here, right? There's Judah. So you see, remember days when the kingdom go and split. Days when the kingdom go and split. He say, I'm going to give you one tribe. Right? What we speaking about it? Yeah.
means to tear. You wouldn't tear all the children away from Solomon. Alright? For his father's sake. Because the promise said that he made to his father that he will always have a son that sits on his throne forever.
Right.
So you with one child. You try to do that. Right? And then the rest of them, of course, they're cut away from him. From under his hand. You are should find it right.
Yeah, you have it. Yeah, you have it right there. But something missing. Where it says, but will give one tribe to thy son David for my servant's sake. Right? That part. You probably mess up with that part. Yeah, you want to say that? Yeah, yes, sir. Right, the tribe of Benjamin. That is what you're talking about. So, yeah, so that part there when he said, but I will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake, it's talking about the tribe of Benjamin. So it's Judah, Benjamin, right? I believe lower down, it had an argument or something. So Levi had to go with them. So it wasn't the whole of Levi, it was parts. Because, again, according to the laws, the Levites had to do the high holy days, the burials. The Levites had to do it. So, yeah, if it was just Judah and Benjamin alone, who would have done those burials and services and sacrifices? And so part of Levi had to go with Judah, the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, and part had to go with the northern kingdom, which is Israel. Right, that is where the kingdom had split there. Right, our King Solomon says, somebody give me Ezekiel 37 and 16. But you can read that. Ezekiel 37 and 16. Ezekiel.
The book of Ezekiel 37 and verse 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. Verse 17. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand.
Right, so you know all I know what I talk about there, right? Talk about bringing them back together, right? The kingdom that split, talk about bringing them back together again, right? So go ahead.
Verse 18. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, will thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Verse 19. Say unto them, thus saith the Most High Power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand.
Right, go ahead. So the same thing again, bringing them back together again. Talk about that. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. Verse 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Most High Power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be born, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land.
Right.
Verse 22. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Alright, so we won't be divided at anymore at all. Alright, so you ain't gonna be called no two kingdoms. Alright? You're going to be one. So go ahead and verse 23.
Verse 23. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God.
Alright, so again, of course, this was the fight in the New Testament. You understand, with Peter and Paul and them. You understand, of course, the Most High wanted everybody to get saved. That what Paul was going to teach. So you learn that from Christ. You know, Christ came to save everybody, the outcasts. You understand? Peter and them say no, just the people inside of the Jerusalem. You understand? So there's where the whole fight with the circumcision and stuff like that come in. You understand? With Cornelius. You understand? When you get to understand that Cornelius is an Israelite. You understand? This where it comes from. So give me Romans 11 and 1. Right. Sean, you could read that Romans 11 and 1. Right.
Romans 11 and 1. I say then, as God casts away his people, God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Alright, so again, Paul is saying here he's an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. You understand? Have God cast away his people? No, God forbid. God didn't cast away his people. Right? Christians just say that because they don't know the Bible. God didn't cast away his people. God was only there for his people alone and nobody else. Right? He didn't cast them away. So skip down to verse. Start at verse 13. Right, verse 13.
Verse 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, insomuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify my office.
Right, so what Paul is saying there, he speak to you Gentiles, right, the outcasts, because of course there is called the people who outside of Jerusalem, Gentiles, insomuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. Right, what Paul is saying there.
Okay, so he's the teacher, he's the one who will be teaching the ones who like picking up all the Trinidad, who picking up all the different, like picking up all the different gods and then pick up all the different heathen customs.
Right, so which could be Gentiles, so he's saying he's the apostle of the Gentiles. He himself too was, outcast, was a Gentile. You understand? So that Paul is saying it. Right? But of course the Gentiles who we're going to is the Israelites, because he said he's an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Right? And Gentiles in the Bible, they say is usually a non-Israelite. So in this case, he's talking about the Israelites. The Gentiles says the Israelites. He's going to say it. So yeah, word.
Verse 14. If by any means I may provoke to humiliation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciliating of the world that we shall receive of them, be but life from the dead. From the dead.
Right? When they say them, what are they talking about? For if the casting away of them be the reconciliating of the world, what do you mean by that? Alright. The them is talking about Judah, right? For the casting out of them, Judah, that what I was talking about. Alright, so go ahead and verse 16.
Verse 16. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy, and if the root be holy, so are the branches.
Right, it's talking about a tree, right? So everything had to be one. So the first fruit being holy is talking about Judah. If the first fruit be holy, Judah, the lump also is holy, which is Israel, right? And if the root be holy, so are the branches, right? This is a whole tree. That is one. It's not this one alone or that one alone. It's one, right? Yeah. Go ahead with you. Verse 17.
Verse 17. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Go ahead.
Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the fruit, but the fruit thee.
Right, so again, just talking about like boasting, right? So don't boast and say, which tribe is better than this one, your tribe are eating pork and crab, you understand, and all them nonsense what the Lord said to do it. We try better than your tribe, so you understand, don't boast, right? Whatever tribe is, don't boast. I was talking about I think that is let's see. Yeah, so that's about it. So yeah, just giving a little rundown about the prodigal son. Alright, so yeah, go back in Luke 15. Let's by argument Matthew 12 and 25. Alright, Matthew 12 and 25. And then after
The book of Matthew 12 and verse 25. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
Right, so that is what going on with when the kingdom had split. You understand? We was fighting amongst ourselves, so we was brought unto desolation. Right? That is what going on with Judah, with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Fighting against you themselves, so we was brought to desolation. Right? Yeah, who had Luke 15 and 11? Right?
The book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 11. And he said, a certain man had two sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of the goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living.
Right, so again, the certain man had two sons. Who's the certain man? Who's the certain man there? Yeah.
Mosai.
So Mosai, right? And who's the two sons?
Northern kingdom and southern kingdom.
Right. The northern kingdom, which is who? The northern kingdom will be
So like I said, the younger son.
Right, which is who?
So like I said, that Ephraim, Manasseh,
Right.
Gad.
Ephraim or Israel. Right? Ephraim or Israel. Southern kingdom is Judah. Right? Right, so go ahead with verse 12.
Verse 12. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living.
Right, so the younger son asked his father for the portion of goods. Right? And he divided unto them his living, right? So go ahead.
Verse 13. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. Right,
so he wasted his substance with riotous living, right? So as we said last week, right? When they talk about the far country, right? When they're talking about the far country, right? When they're talking about the far country.
Away from the laws abroad and from customs, I sure.
Right, yeah. Take that from moving away yourself from the laws of the Most High. Right, so you go into a far country. When they go into a far country and they move away from the truth, you end up doing all kind of heathenous things, worshiping to other gods, idols, eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Go to this far country. Alright, so go ahead. This is what the younger son did. Alright, go ahead.
And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in the land, in that land.
No, just now in verse 13, from far country, continue and go from here.
Verse 13. And he took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living.
Right, and there he wasted his substance. His substance is what? What is his substance? Right, the knowledge of the Most High. So, the knowledge of the Most High could be, again, now eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, Yeah, so, right, or Christ is black, Yeah, the knowledge. Christ only died for black people. He didn't die for no other race. That's his substance, right? But he wasted that substance on riotous living, He want to gamble out your rent money. You want to go in the strip club. You want to do all kind of thing. Riotous living. So inside he help his own people. He helping the other people, the other races. Go ahead, interracial marriage, riotous living. All sorts of evilness. What those other countries just do. Somebody give me Proverbs 26 and 11. Proverbs 26 and 11.
Proverbs 26 and 11.
Yeah.
As a dog returneth to his vomit, so is a fool returneth to his folly.
Right, so a dog returneth to his vomit, so does a fool return to his folly. Right, so he want to live a riotous living. And he want to listen to what the Lord say to do. Right, he want to have this riotous living, so he want to be like, some people say, well, boy, I have one life to live. And I just have one life to live, so I will smoke weed, get high, do all sorts of evilness. That's what he's talking about here. He wasted his substance with riotous living. Go ahead. Verse what we in 14.
So I guess on Matthew.
No, in Luke, Matthew. No, Luke 15 and verse 14 here now.
Book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 11. So like verse 14. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in the land, in that land, and he began to be in want.
Alright, so again, of course, so the prodigal son, the younger son, he go on into those far land. I wish could be again we're talking about here the northern kingdom. Right, the northern kingdom. When they're going to those far lands, wherever country it is, if it's Africa or China or wherever, they're going to a far land. Of course, once you go into that far land, into those other countries, they're doing all these set of evilness, this paganism, they go and eat bats, crab, all kind of thing, they go and start to smoke weed, get high. So not keeping up the substance. Right? So he had spent all of his portion what his father gave him, right? All of his inheritance, the portion of goods that his father had for him, right? So he spent all of it. Right? And there arose a mighty famine in that land. And he had begun to be in want. So he done spend all already. Right? So he had begun to be in want because of the famine. He started to ask now for things that he want because of the famine. Right? Of course, if he had kept the substance, because the substance is brotherhood, learning the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High is brotherhood. Right? So, of course, once he had kept those substance, it would not be nothing like that at all. Right? So, go ahead in verse 15.
Verse 15. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and sent him into his fields to feed swine.
Right. So he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country. Right. So now he's a citizen of the country now. So he had a ball off his head, ball a beard. He had again do all these things that these heathens doing. Everything that these heathens doing, you had to do because you're a citizen to that country. You understand? If you're a citizen of that country, the country might acquire you. If you're going to have slaves, certain things you have to do. You can't have cane rules. Certain things you can't do. He joined himself to be a citizen of that country. And what you say here? And he sent him into his fields to feed swine. Alright? He sent him into the fields to feed swine. Right? Somebody give me the precept in Proverbs 21 and 16. Proverbs 21 and 16. Right? So when they say they sent him into these fields to feed swine, it just means, there was low. They had become low. You understand?
Book of Proverbs 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Right, so the man that wandered away out of understanding, right, shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Right? That's all going on here now. So he's with worldly people here now, worldly people. So he's in a low state now. He's low. He sent him into his field to feed swine. So he's low. That's what he's saying, basically. He's saying, right? He's low. So go ahead on verse 16.
Verse 16. And he would fain have filled his belly. And he would have fain have filled his belly with a husk that the swine did eat. and no man gave unto him.
Yeah, fill his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, right? And no man gave to him, right? So again, a husk is something what them pigs and them swine is eating, right? So again, you eating, you doing the same thing what them doing. So imagine you as a Hispanic or a native Indian, or a black man sitting with Donald Trump or sitting with Kamala Prasad, the Lord watching that, and he's considering you as what I say, a swine that has filled its belly eating in the husk. So you see a husk is where pigs just eat, or pigs are around the husk and pigs eating in it. You don't consider you like that when you seeing you sitting down and partaking with the things what Donald Trump say, or partaking with the things what Kamala Prasad say. What he didn't say now, you don't consider you as that swine who just eat around a husk. You understand? If you see how it is, it's a nasty, disgusting thing. How it is? Right? But that's how the law considers you. Right? So yeah, so go ahead.
Count. Verse 17. And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger.
Right? So when he came to himself, meaning what? When he came to his senses, right? When he came to his senses, he's saying, he came to his senses, so he want to stop doing what he doing. You understand? Go back by his father. You understand? So he perishing with hunger. So he come to his senses now. He say, nah, but I doing the wrong thing, man. If I had kept the right thing what my father had taught me all the time, I would not be hungry. You understand? I will not be in this hunger that I have right now. Alright, so yeah, go ahead.
Verse 18. I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants.
Alright, so when he came to his senses, he come to his father, he's saying, hey, I have sinned against heaven before thee. You can't call me a son again, you understand? Make me as one of your hired servants. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 22. But the father said to his servants.
Just now, I'm 20. Yeah.
Verse 20. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him.
Right, so when he arose, he came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, you understand, his father saw him and had compassion, ran, fell on his neck and saluted him. Right, our kissing Bible is a salute. So his father come, he gave him the dap. He's a salute. That is what kisses in the Bible. A salute is a kiss in the Bible. Right? Not what the Christians and them just think it is. Right? Again, of course, Christians just read this and think it's some whole fairy tale book. But again, Christ said, no, this here is a parable. And Christ said the reason why he's speaking in parable because he don't want everybody to get saved. That is why Christ was talking in parables to people. Because Christ do not want everybody to get saved. Even some Israelites and all had to be punished for their wicked crimes that they do. You understand what Christ said? Because some people hearts so wax gross. If I teach them to talk to them plain, they go understand and they go get saved. So Christ didn't want to save everybody. That's why he spoke in parables. Alright, so yeah, go ahead.
And the son said unto his father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight. I am no more worthy to be called thy son.
Go ahead.
But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet.
Right, so even though the son say, nah, I sin, after the son checked himself, say, nah, I sin against him, I no worry to be called a son. Don't call me Ephraim and Manasseh and them thing no more. Don't call me that. You understand? Make me as your servants. The father said, nah. The father tell his servants, go and put clothes on him, shoes on his feet, ring on his right hand. You understand? And put on the best robe on him. So go ahead.
Verse 23. And bring hither the fatted calf, and kill it, and let us eat and be merry.
Right, so he's saying, and bring us the fatted calf and kill it. And let us eat and be merry. So bring us the fatted calf, you know, the fatted calf, that's the best. Right, that's the best calf. Bring it. Yeah, I'm sure. Right, the best cowbell soup, yeah. Bring the best and be merry. When you say be merry, what are you talking about there? When you say be merry. Yeah, your card.
You talking about, about rejoicing that the son was lost. The other tribes come back into the fold.
But be merry, yeah. So Mary is what we can say. They had the calf, they killing it, still let us eat. Be merry is like, it's like a party. Right, that's what it's like. Be merry is like a party. Right, let you be merry. Right. So go ahead, verse 24.
Verse 24. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry.
Right. So when you say his son was dead, what is he talking about? His son was dead. What are you talking about? Yeah, go ahead, Ambaya.
Now go back to the same precept we told before. He that wandered so out of the way of understanding shall remain in congregation and be dead. That will come with those statutes and commandments. Keep back.
Right, yeah, okay, so right, yeah, that is true. So when they say dead, right, was another word there in this context for dead? There's another word for it in this context. Right? The precept is let the dead bury their dead. What Christ was talking about it? Let the dead bury their dead. What Christ was talking about it? Right, outside of the truth. So where's the word that is called them? No. Who's that? Yeah, Michael.
Is it loss?
Loss is another word here, but it's a specific word. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, sleep is a good word too, but it's a specific word, right? Just let the dead bury their dead. So let the dead bury the literal people who dead. What is that dead? What Christ talking about here? Yeah, Tazo.
Let's take a mind, those are in a sleeping state. As one of the officers mentioned. So they sleep. So let them have their affairs and they're Christians. So they Gentile and then that's
yeah, sleep is a good word, but it have a more okay, I want to say, boy, okay, what we just say then? Right, what we just say in UPK? Yes, sir. No. What we just say? I just think about what the precept. Christ said, let the dead bury their dead. What we just say in UPK? Go ahead, Tazo. No, he finished. Yeah. A specific way, yeah, I'm Barrett.
We just say in U.P.K, in U.P.K, nothing in truth.
Yeah, nothing in truth is a good one, yeah, but some specific, yeah. All them things is good names on it, then, but it's a specific word we just say.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know if you're looking for power, seeing that when you got power, you want the truth, you want the spirit, and it's like.
Right, then let's see if I could find out next week. I don't know if it's like.
Yeah, can you read this with that?
Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me see what I say this way. I might get. If somebody not in U.P.K, then what? You say I'm asking? Yeah, I'm asking. No, if they're not in the U.P.K, if they're not in U.P.K, then they're in the world. That's it. They're in the world, right? Even yes, right? So that was world I was talking about. So Christ said, let the people in the world bury them dead now. Let the people in the world bury them dead. And let the dead bury their dead. So what scripture was that there? Your card? Right, 24. For this, so he's saying now, for this my son was in the world. You understand? For this my son was in the world, right? Or dead. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to have a party. Right? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 25. Now his eldest son was in the field, and as he came and drew nigh to the house, he heard music and dancing. 26. And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said unto him, Thy brother is come, and thy father had killed the fatted calf, because he had received him safe and sound. Verse 28. And he was angry, and would not go in. Therefore came his father out, and entreated him.
Right, so again, the elder son was angrier at what his father did. You understand? So, going into it here now, go ahead. So, did the elder son now answering his father now as to why he's angry? So, go ahead.
And he answering said to his father, Lo, these many years do I serve thee, neither transgressed I at any time thy commandment, and yet thou never gavest me a kid, that I might make merry with my friends.
Right.
But as soon as this thy son was come, which had devoured thy living with harlots, thou hast killed for him the fatted calf.
Right, so again, you know, this, because Judah and Ephraim, they always had a fight, they always had an argument, they always had some disagreement, they always arguing. Right, you could go in the precept, where they say, Ephraim shall not vex Judah again, all I go done. Thing is in Isaiah 11 and 13. Somebody give me that Isaiah 11 and 13. You could continue to read it from verse 31. You go ahead.
Verse 30. But as soon as this thy son was come, which had devoured thy living with harlots, thou hast killed for him the fatted calf. And he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. It was meet that we should make merry and be glad, for this thy brother was dead, and is alive again, and was lost, and is found.
Right, so you know the father trying to tell you the elder son, you understand? come on, Judah, you know, your brother, he was in the world. You understand? He was dead. He's alive now. He was lost. You understand? We find him now. So don't fight no more. Don't argue because, you know, you find I didn't have a party and rejoice with you. And when the kingdom come back together now, we having a party. Nah, don't say that. He was in the world. Everybody had to come back together again. Yeah, the precept what he
Isaiah 11 and 13.
Yeah, let me hear 13. Yeah.
The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex with Ephraim.
Right, so yeah, that is what we're talking about. Read verse 12. Let me hear verse 12. Verse 12.
Isaiah 11 verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Well,
verse 13. The envy of also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex with Ephraim. Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
right, so that is what he's talking about there, right? So the prodigal son again is the Israelites. You understand? Because in the truth, you understand, sin against the Lord, the kingdom had split. You understand? That is why Paul went for the northern kingdom. Paul went for the northern kingdom. You understand? And again, of course, as they were saying here, it had a wrath, an envy between the northern and the southern kingdom. But, you know, once we come back together again, the Father go put that quarrel to rest. All that quarrel going and stop, going to come to ease. Right? Again, how to put that quarrel to rest, just come in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA. All them things will be put at rest. You understand? All the people who say in the Venezuelans and them coming across here and they bring in their bad ways. Nah. Let me fix them up, because all of we is Israelites. Because the same way how them have bad ways, we have bad ways too. So don't let the white man say he's ever from a different race and we's ever a different race. No, it's the same race. The Asherites in Venezuela and we, the Benjamites who came off the slave ships, the Carib and Arawaks, we is the same race. You understand? So again, don't let them tie up. Venezuela just run down to the ground right now because of the sanctions that Donald Trump is putting on Venezuela. Alright, so that's passing us over to priest and officer Tazawo.
So our class again, need the most again. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General YAHANNA. New York's brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if your brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. It means tenth in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the church, the department, or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation again, we're standing by for the date for the Passover, the Lord's Passover. Alright, they'll come and generally I'll give you that accordingly. Alright, so everybody's hold tight. And when the system, and when the Lord say the pandemic over, then that will. Alright, remind Akim and Agwakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirts, like pants, like headband or scarf, and with that we say Majam. Alright, Napanya Kodam, turn and face the east. Alright, see the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanao, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Nakanda Now, Lakam, Akar, Yawam, Wasalak Now, Kawabat Now, Kasalak now, Kabobat now, Wala, Tabaya now, Manasaya one, Abal, Hawashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Watapara, Iwalamyam, Amam.
In English, what we said was our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever. So be it.
So be it. This be Hakak, the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babakosha, Nathan Haka, Rabah, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Haka, Lataha, Al Matazarium, Haka, Lakoyam, Amathim, Haka, Al Wakawat, Atamahal, Lagarushan, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, to what I'm
And in English, what we said was Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Alright, this is the prayer for the blessings of the power structure in the school. Barakata Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Maka'al, Wa Alahaya, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahanna, Ha Alawapyam, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kotazayim, Ha Kielalim, Wa Gwathian, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Tawadama.
Right, I mean, in English, what we said was, blessed be Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angel, commanding General Yahanna, the general, captain, officers, troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Consider as you get curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. All things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school, force their riches, enter into thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nation and their drug dealers, court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam,
Islam,
Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, fuzzy comitazi, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction, all the heathen that stand in the way, try to stop us, from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief, and the murderer. Let Yahweh, Michael, Gabriel come down with the flying sword, and punish all the heathen that come up against us. As we speak thy word, cause it to be known by all. It is the angels that cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you always. So be it.
Alright, this is the prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Lenau, Hawaii Sha'al, Abayah, Sapari, Barak, Rapah, Magun.
Kilan Tashika, Kwasian Kobe. All the brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth. All the brothers and sisters in the truth.
Commanding General Yahanna, all the generals, captains, officers, troopers, sisters, 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the destroyed of Israel, brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth, the Figaro family, the Philip family, John family, Aitisha, Tazaphat, Yapa, Tamar.
Commanding General, Generals, Captains, Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, all the destroyed of Israel, Philip family, John family, Kayalwana, Shariah, Indian family, Muslim family.
Commanding General Yahanna, all the generals, all the captains, all the officers, all the troopers, Shamka, Kaya, Yapa, Para, Philip family.
Commanding General Yahanna, Generals, Captains, Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, all Israel, Yakab, Matazah.
Commander General Yahanna, all the generals, all the captains, all the officers, all the troopers, all the sisters, all the children, all the destroyed of Israel, all our families, brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth. Next month. Commander General Yahanna, generals, captains, officers, troopers, sisters, children, all the destroyed of Israel.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters fighting coming in truth.
All the brothers and sisters fighting coming in truth.
Wrong family.
Franco family.
Zion. Wesleyan. Ashida. Angel. Ima. Khadijah.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
Mercy and the destroyed of Israel. Bring together the Spanish tribes. Guide and protect all the families of I.S.U.P.K. Trinidad and Tobago. Bawa, Afisha, Alicia, Aliyah.
Bahashem Yahushai. Tawada Amah.
Ready? English, what he just said was Lord,
Lord,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
bless us,
bless us,
and Israel,
and
the school,
and the school,
bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it.
Whenever sir, which means the 10. Alright, you're going to give the teacher a one courtesy salute. Whenever you're imagine Shabbat. Imagine Rock.
Yahweh Hashem Yashar
Yajimata, Menavisual, you're going to give the sisters online a one courtesy salute. Menavisual, imagine Shabbat. Imagine Rock. Yahweh Hashem Yashar. Yajimata, class dismissed. Stand up next.